Oh my goddess. The third time today is a charge. Charm. Oh my goddess. Because there's so much energy like flowing through right now. I just am like, oh my gosh, what is even occurring in my life? But it's beautiful. So if you are jumping on or you were on before, thank you so much for joining. Thank you for being on. I'm super excited because we have such a beautiful thing that we are doing this morning. Or with fire. So Jim, thank you for joining. Thank you for rejoining. All right, Katarina's on. Add. Boop. It should be working. It's adding. Ah!
All right.
Oh my God. How's everyone? Ellie, we're back. Everyone, we've made it. If you have been on this journey with us, this is the third time.
Oh my gosh, Colleen, you know what I love? It's just, so I've come outside now. I'm out on the deck area because I thought maybe we just need to change the energy and the frequency. So take 3 people. Thank you for being with us.
Yes, thank you. And we're super excited, even though the technology was not in our favor. We're super excited to be here because we have some very important things to share. We have some very important things to talk about. And most importantly, we are super excited just to be hanging out with you on a Saturday morning or wherever you are in the world, Saturday night, Sunday, whatever. We're excited just to be here with you, present with you, available for you. That technology is here working with us.
Well, you know what I love is you're like the technology social media darling. So we've got to like bring your energy into this whole live stream of like, whoo.
Yes.
So we're going to try this again.
Yeah. So anyway, my phone just kind of something. But anyway, yes, my name is Colleen Gallagher, and I am a global educator. I empower people to understand how to create money leveraging technology, and so they can impact humanity, as well as getting my master's in global technology and development. And I have 5 weeks left where I will be then working on my thesis that is with refugees and education. And so I am just super passionate about humanity. I'm super passionate about empowering people to live with freedom and this technology piece to it. And I'm super excited that Katarina and I are here together to share this and be with you. And oh my God, Jordan, this is the third time you've and you have joined. I just want to
Jordan, thank you. We need some love. We need some love this morning, Colleen. We need some love. Thank you, Jordan, for the love.
Yeah. So anyway, that's a little bit about me. And I really, I just live in a magical world. I've created a magical world. I've left corporate when I was 21 to move across the world to New Zealand. I lived in New Zealand, got a job with a $400 million company. I've traveled to 35 countries. Katarina's been all over as well too. And, you know, honestly, I have built a business. I built a lifestyle off of technology and off of social media. I have built the most magical community of humans that are all over the world from this. And, you know, I really believe everyone gets to live this joyously. I believe that everyone gets to live where, you know, abundance shows up for them, freedom shows up for them, and that you really get to do it while you're influencing whatever social injustice you deeply care about. And that really came from the very beginning of when I had cancer at 14, which many of you just looked at my post I just did this week. I had a very vulnerable post that I shared. Oh my God, Milford, you're here.
Hey, Milford!
About all of this. So anyway, we're super excited, Katarina, to spend this morning with you, to spend this time with you, and to go deeper into a little bit of how we are shifting. We are creating an environment that is conscious of how consciousness and the vibrations of the planet is being talked about. And most importantly, we're really creating this environment as a cultivation for people to really see that just by simply speaking your voice, you absolutely are already shifting your consciousness in so many ways. So that's a little bit about me. That's about
Yay!
We're here today.
It's so fun because.
And if you're on the replay, I should say before, if you're on the replay, replay, we want to know where you are, who you are, where are you from. I personally love knowing. I just did this amazing post of I'm ready to feel all of the feels. I'm ready to know everyone, like on such a deep, intimate level, as friendships, as clients, as partnerships, as whatever. I am so ready for this. So let me literally know like who you are, what you be, and I'm just ready to
I love that you're ready to feel. I'm going to piggyback on something you just said, Colleen. And then I'll go into a little bit about who the heck I am for some of you who may not know. But you talked about how you really believe that life can be fun, it can be flowing, it can be. And so right in the background, I don't know if you guys can see the boogie boards and the tiki torches. And, so it's a matter of like, what do you want to bring into your life? Like, how do you want to have fun and how do you want to impact at the same time? So to play on what Colleen said, for some of you who may not know me, my name is Katerina. And I'm currently basing in Los Angeles. I'm a media and communications specialist. I help people really accelerate their voices in mainstream media. And I've done this all over the world, in Hong Kong, and Dubai, and London, and Monaco. And finally, I decided to really step into the authentic vision for myself. So going back to what you said, I had played in corporate for a long time, just like Colleen. And really, I felt that call on my shoulder of like, hey, there's more to what you're supposed to be doing. There's more to the gifts that you've been given. And it's time now, Katerina, for you to actually recognize what those are and help share them with the world. So for some of you who may be Marianne Williamson followers, you know that, playing on A Course in Miracles and her books, A Return to Love, she really talks about how it really is the duty of all of us to align with our truth. And one thing that brought Colleen and I together is we both had the, I suppose, the awareness, Colleen, to recognize that it really is up to us and our emotional fitness. One of my mentors talks about emotional fitness, and it really is up to us to decide: do we want to be spiraling upwards into a place of expansion, into a place of collaboration, into a place of imagination and creativity? Or do we want to be spiraling downwards into fear and scarcity and lack? And, so much of the society messaging is around, you don't have enough, you're not enough, you need more, you should be more. And, the entire, if you think about it, Colleen, the entire Western economic system has been built around advertisers really making us feel inadequate. If we don't buy that car, we're not going to get the girl. If we don't put those eyelashes on, we're never going to be beautiful. And it's up to us now to really recognize that a lot of the power comes from internal. And once we can tap that, how do we then share it with the world? And that's what you and I are on a mission to help do.
Yes, we are. And hello, Scott Kelly.
Hey, Scott.
Hello, German. So happy you're here. And Scott and I were actually out to dinner last night, and we were talking a lot about these different facets of our who we are, and the kind of the conscious people and the people that are really like bridges or roads that are really helping pave the way for people that are really doing a lot of deep internal work. And trust me, I get it, because I am someone who's doing like deep internal work multiple times a day. And Katerina and I talk like every day, multiple times. And there's always like moments where I'm like, I just broke through this, or I just did this. And, I have a council basically of mentors that I do the same thing with. And I'm really deep in the work. However, there's part of me that always would feel a little bit, unworthy, a little bit of like, ooh, that's too woo-woo. Like, ooh, I can't say that I'm mainstream. And, even I'm working with a political leader who's, served 8 USA presidents or helped them in different ways. And I have another political leader. I have a movie that I'm doing that's coming up about ending poverty. And, I can get really deep in my head of like, oh my God, well, I can't talk about light. I can't talk about frequencies. Oh my God, they're going to think I'm crazy. Like, I must have lost my mind. And it's actually so beautiful, because actually the way Katerina and I have really evolved is Katerina and I both have very different skill sets. However, the core of it is that we really just believe in love. And we both were just basically women who were like, you know what, I'm just going to throw in the hat and follow our dreams. And we both had different ways of doing that. And I had 2 ways. Mine was leaving corporate, saving for 3 months, and leaving my 6-figure job at 22. And basically going to a country where I knew nobody. I'd never been there. and I manifested a job with a $400 million company. Well, you may ask, well, Colleen, how does that happen? You got so lucky. I hear that. No, it's not. I actually really believe it's because that was really my dream. I didn't pre-plan it, pre-make it. It was really my truth and my dream, and that's what allowed it to come through. And the second part that I really share is, when I left January 2018 with my corporate job, 6 figures again, and I had $5,000 in my bank account, and I said, I'm going to travel the world, I'll start an online business, empowering other people to live their dreams. If you look at my first video, I should actually ever post it, my first webinar, my first 6-week program, it's called Live the Impossible. And I literally was so nervous. It was I'm going to help people find their purpose. And I'm not saying that's not important, it is. And now I'm over here I'm helping policies, and I'm doing this, and I have an online university.
And that's all. And hang on, and that's all within 14 months. So
14 months. Yeah. And like, you know, I'm getting 6-figure sales months, and I'm like doing amazing things with Scott Kelly and doing amazing things with Katerina Kazayas, and I have like the mentors of, you know, my dreams, and I've been able to really invest, you know, so much into myself. I have the relation, like all of the friendships of my dreams. I have, like, guys are coming out of the woodworks right now. Like, on another level. But like, I was like, I just like, you know, I just feel like this event that we're doing, and Katerina really wanted, like we said, it's really cultivating an environment. And this environment, we have people that are just starting, all the way to people who are honestly 7-figure earners that we're talking with coming, multiple. And I'm soon to be there. And Katerina's a, you know, 6-figure earner as well. And so we really get the understanding. We really see, and that's what I love about Katerina so much, is in this media place she plays in, is she really sees it, and she really gets the consciousness. She really is like, you know what, maybe that's not my skill set. I'm not going to be as deep in that, but she's so like, you know what, let me understand the little sound bites, the little things that can let you get in front of the crowd, that's going to be activated by you, that's going to let your voice be heard. And Katerina is a wizard at this. She's not even like fully aware of it, but she will see things in your contact, see things, and just small shifts are all micro shifts. There's nothing massive. But that micro shift creates massive results, you know, and what Katerina shared, and going off that, is kind of the spiral up and the spiral down, you know, like if you're always going like, let's do media and do this, like, it's kind of like, okay, but like, but why? And that's like with your message, like, but why? And really, we're going to be going so deep into this and doing, like, you know, I know I do some energetic clearings, and I'm going to be doing deep meditations that I do, and that I've only been doing in-person events and on my Global Citizen University calls. And Katerina, I know, is going to go into so much as well, and we're just so excited. Like, we are so like excited about this.
Yeah, and I just wanted to jump on that, because if you're just jumping on now, so first of all, thank you for being with us. I can't see any of the comments, so I don't know who's on, but if you're on, it's because you're supposed to be here, and we thank you. And if you're catching the replay, like Colleen said, just hashtag replay. We wanted to jump on and just share some information around the event that we have going on in April, which is our conscious media and manifestation retreat. It's going to be happening in the Los Angeles area on April 19th and 20th. And as Colleen mentioned, it's interesting because she and I have teamed up because we've got so many similarities, and at the same time, we're so different with respect to our particular skill sets and how we show up. So day one is going to be a lot of Colleen leading and having people really connect with their why. Now, this is for people that might be finding their why. It might also be for people who already know their why, but bringing it to a place where it's energetically being integrated into your cellular structure. I know this might be sounding a little woo-woo for a lot of you. From where I come from, which is like, you know, sort of central Canada, very traditional, very corporate. It's sounding very woo-woo to me too, but it's really become my truth, Colleen. You know, and what I can tell you folks from, you know, the work that we're going to do on day 2, which is going to be a lot of like, okay, how do we take that integration and actually share it with the world? Our aim and our goal and our unique brilliance is really to empower you to magnify your purpose and illuminate your impact. And one of the things, Colleen, that's been happening in the world is that only 5%, guys, 5% of how we communicate comes from our words. 30 to 35% comes from our voice, from our tonality, from the inflection. You know, if you've ever asked someone, how are you doing? And they go, fine. And you know they're not fine, right? The word says fine, but the tonality is telling you something different. It's communicating differently, which leaves about 50 to 55% that comes from our body language, from the micro expressions. If you're negotiating with someone and their eyebrow raises, what does that signify? Wouldn't you like to know?